Hey, what's good, Miles fans? Welcome to another episode of Keeping Up with Miles. And last time we left off, Miles' little sister got kidnapped, bruh. And then since then, two issues have come out. The conclusion and the fallout. So we're gonna go through both of those today, alright? So let's just get started with it. As you remember, the main clone Salim had kidnapped Miles' little sister at the end of the last issue, right? So Miles goes home to look for his sister, but all he finds is his dad all beat up, you feel me? I mean, cause what's his dad gonna do against a clone of him, you feel me? His dad tough, but he ain't that tough. So then the clone texts Miles to meet him at the Brooklyn Bridge in 10 minutes, you know? Basically, meet me at the parking lot, you feel me? And then Miles leaves out to go get his sister. Then he meets him at the Brooklyn Bridge and he is now face to face with the clone who had just kidnapped his little sister. And so Miles trying to talk to him, this and that, trying to talk him down, you feel me? Trying to talk to his inner Miles inside the clone, you feel me? So then the clone basically says, before I die, I want to see who's really the better one. I want to see who is the pure one. So basically he wants to square up and see who better for real. So then they gets to fighting, bruh. And this fight scene, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. I liked it. So he tries to stab Miles, and then Miles is dodging and using his web to grab his daggers, right? And then they on top of the building. They jump off the building and they like flipping and shit, and they're punching each other. He's smacking each other with the daggers on the way down. This is pretty tough. Then Miles and then Salim is like locked in a little shock hold, you feel me? And then Miles catches him with a up and then kind of tries to shock him like, yo, he's trying to choke him out, bro. Miles going at Yo right now. Then he wraps Yo in a web and then hits him with a big ass web blast, bro. And then basically tells him, yo, it's over. I done beat you. And that's when Mind Spinner comes out, little cheating ass. Come out from the back, you feel me? Just hits him with the Mind Blast real quick. Patty. So then Salim threatens to drop Miles' little sister off the building for real. But that's when my man Shift comes in and saves her. And basically Salim gets mad, basically like, yo, you a traitor, you done turned on me, you feel me? And then he tries to attack him. But then Mind Spinner stops him. He's like, no, you can't hurt Shift. You can't hurt him. That's family. We don't hurt family, you feel me? So then that's when Salim gets super mad and he goes after Mind Spinner and just hits Mind Spinner with this big ass blast. And then they apparently die, but you know how that go. You don't see it. It'd be like a big blast and then you don't see them die. Then they come back, like 10 issues later. But apparently they're supposed to be dead. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. So Shift gives Miles' little sister back to him. And then, Miles is basically trying to console him like, yo, I'm sorry about your brothers, this and that, you feel me? And then Miles basically tells him he's gonna try to help him out and save his life and all that. And then Shift is a painter, so he paints like a nice little joint of him and Miles. That's just pretty tough. It's actually pretty dope. So Miles continues to tell him he's gonna help him try to figure out a cure for him. And then Miles' little sister sneezes on him, and yeah, that's basically how it ends. But you need to remember that little last tidbit for the next part. And that was the conclusion to the Clone Saga. And so to be honest with you guys, this whole Clone Saga was kind of very mid, kind of just whatever for real. Like, first of all, I don't think that Miles needed to be put through a Clone Saga. I don't think we needed that at all. I think we needed more kind of original Miles stories, you feel me? And I don't think we needed a Clone Saga. We didn't need to put him through the same thing Peter Parker already went through. So, and I feel like it was just kind of safe. I feel like it was just safe, like they wasn't trying to take no chances. But I think Miles you gotta take chances with Miles. He's a dope hero, and I think they need to take more chances in his comics. So this whole Clone Saga, it was okay. It wasn't great. I'm not gonna say it was bad, but it definitely could have been better. We definitely did not need a Clone Saga. But with that, let's get to the falling out. At the start of Falling Out, Miles is back to writing in his journal. And I haven't said this in all these Keeping Up with Miles videos, but I like that, you know, he writes in a journal. You kind of get to know him personally, you feel me? So, Miles is writing in his journal, and he's basically saying, like, everything that has happened. Like, he been through a whole bunch of stuff, like with the clones, them kidnapping his sister, you know, his best friend dating his ex-girl, then them breaking up, you feel me? And he also writes a little tidbit about Starling kissing him and then ghosting him right now, you feel me? So, and his suit is messed up. The suit is totally messed up. So basically, he said seeing the clones in his suit like made him feel a little different about the suit. Like, he said he could just easily get a new one, but like he felt a little different about it after seeing the clones go out and basically be criminals in his suit. You feel me? So Miles like, maybe it's time for something new. Okay. So then Miles, I like this part, he has a nice little talk with his moms, and she basically tells him, like, you know, I'm scared for you being Spider-Man, but I know you're doing it for the greater good. So I want you to continue being Spider-Man even though I'm scared, you feel me? Basically get more of a okay from his moms, you feel me? Also, during all of this, Miles has to write this essay for this contest. So he's kind of trying to figure out what he's going to write about, you feel me? So then his teacher gives him some advice. He says, Miles, write about how you handle change and challenge and still keep it moving. And Miles is basically like, you know what? I can do that. So now Miles feels better. But also, what I failed to mention earlier is that Shift has gone missing. Yes, he's gone MIA. So he doesn't know where Shift is at. He don't even know if that yo is alive. So Miles leaves that meeting with the teacher and he runs into Shift, who's hanging out in a little sewer. You feel me? And Miles makes a little it joke that was funny here that I like. Basically saying he look like Pennywise. So we find Shift in the sewers. And then so people see Miles talking to the sewers, and you know, they start messing with him, picking on him and all that. And then Miles was like, man, I could take them out easily, but you know, I can't do that. Couldn't have been me. I'm telling you, if I was Spider-Man, taking them out quick web to the face, smack them on the pavement. So Miles pays them no never mind, and then Miles gets his man's Genki, and they go get some tools, and they go down there and try to help Shift. So then they figure out that Shift is all good. He not dying no more. Why? Because Miles Morales' sister sneezed on him. Yes, that is why. And they explain how here in the comic. And he says, I think he produced these crazy clone antibodies to fight off Billy's cold, and in the process that somehow stabilized his cells. Now, I ain't no scientist, so I don't know how all that worked, but I'ma just go with it. You feel me? Hey, you say it worked? It worked. Let's go with it. This is a comic book we talking about. Yo can climb up walls and shit. Okay, so let's just go with it. After they figured out that Shift is okay, Miles goes meets an old friend that he had helped once before, right? Miles starts to talk to this old friend's mom, and the mom is basically give Miles props for taking the time to basically help the small person, like really being like a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man for real. Like, she takes the time out to say thank you for that, for doing what you do. Like, you handle the big things, but you also help out the little people. And that was nice. And then so Miles gets his old friend Kenneth to design him a new suit. And this new suit is fire. Oh my god, I love the new suit change. If we had to go through this little mid Clone Saga to get a new suit change, I'm with it. I'm not even mad at it. Because the new suit is tough. And Miles' change is coming. And so I want to see where they move forward from, you know, this fallout of the Clone Saga. Like, I really want to see where they go with Miles. I'm hoping that, you know, we get more original Miles stories just for him. Like, we don't need hand-me-down Peter Parker stories for Miles. So we'll see how that goes. The Clone Saga for me is kind of, if I had to rate it, I would give it maybe like a 6 out of 10. You know, if I had to rate it, you know, add a number to it. But I'm going to continue with it, you know, see where Miles goes from here. So If y'all are with it, we gonna keep up with Miles, you feel me? So thank y'all for watching another video, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also check me out on Instagram @YoANerd and on TikTok @YoANerd. Peace, y'all.